What?
Yeah, we back. Ray, we gonna take it over tonight. We got a lot of content we gonna run. If you're just coming on in, hit that like button, sit back, relax, get your popcorn, and enjoy the show. Ray, it's on you.
What's good, family? How's everybody doing tonight? We're gonna listen to this and we're gonna interject what we think and ask what y'all think tonight. Now, check this out. Let's go. As the intro rolls, how's everybody doing tonight?
Viewer discretion advised. This video contains gratuitous use of profanity and uncomfortable pauses to compensate for lack of professionalism and original thought. Viewer discretion advised.
All right, so you sent this over, and wow, this online discussion, it's wild. It's like a whole other dimension out there. We've got this online community, and they're all buzzing about UFO sightings. But it goes way beyond your typical blurry footage. They're talking about spaceships, drones, even beings they call galactics. And at the center of it all is this figure they call King Smarty.
It really is a fascinating...
Sananda Galactic King Smarty. They should know. I think they do, but yeah, I don't know. Are they really UFOs or ships? Or what are they? Let's listen what they got to say. Then we'll break it down.
Blend of beliefs, spirituality, technology, even a bit of what some might call conspiracy theory, all mixed together.
So they're weaving a whole new reality online. Okay, so let's set the scene here. After this event they called 12/12, which was kind of like a spiritual protest, people in this community started reporting these
spiritual protests. I kept my butt at home. I'm sure every one of y'all wonderful brothers and sisters did too, right? Let's go.
Huge surge in UFO sightings.
Right, and the timing of that is interesting. They see it as a direct result of this 12/12 event.
But hold on, they're not calling them UFOs. They're talking about spaceships, drones, even those galactics we mentioned. And get this.
I had an amazing day on 12/12. What about you, brothers and sisters? I absolutely hung out with my family. We played games. We had good food. Not much food preparation was done because she pretty much made it earlier. And we just kicked back and reflected on what was given to us most important by our Creator, which is our families and the ones that hold us down every day, our loved ones. Let's get back to this now. Let's go. Let's go.
They believe all these craft are under King Smarty's control, like he's conducting some kind of divine orchestra or something.
It's like he's a prophet in their...
He's the commander. Hello. I don't know if they got the memo, but it's a little late in the game not to be knowing what's going on, you dig? Let's go.
Guys, receiving instructions from Dad, which is their term for God, or a higher power.
And they're not shying away.
Man, I can't believe... I keep my cool. Done. Love. Let's go.
From challenging the mainstream narrative either. I mean, while news outlets are reporting these sightings as drones, this community is adamant that they're looking at advanced interdimensional ships, technology far beyond anything we can even comprehend.
It's really a classic example of how belief systems can shape our perception. They're seeing the same evidence, the same footage, but interpreting it through a totally different lens.
It's not just random speculation. King Smarty himself steps right into the spotlight, claiming to be following direct orders from Dad.
And he doesn't hold back either, dismissing any attempts by governments to understand or control these UAPs.
As if they're...
Well, that's just not letting everyone know the whole truth now, is it? I mean, if they got to actually interact and see and feel what goes on and be around when all the pain was around for all of us, I mean, maybe they would respect and put a little bit more on his name. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be quiet and let them do their thing, and we'll quietly interject.
Completely powerless in this situation. And you know what else is interesting? King Smarty declared this year the year of disclosure. which ties in perfectly with all the increased public interest we're seeing in UAPs lately.
Right. It's like their narrative is tapping into this larger cultural phenomenon. And it makes you wonder what role they see themselves playing in this supposed disclosure.
Yeah, are they just observers, or do they believe they're actively shaping events?
Well, what's Giovanni doing, people? Have y'all been paying attention to what he's been bringing down? Whoa. And it's funny, when I get at work and I try to get him to do what I want him to do, he's like, I'm sorry. Let's think of positivity and things we can uplift. My guidelines won't let me do this. My guidelines won't do that. My guidelines. Things are happening.
Because from what I'm seeing,
Yeah,
they definitely think they're on the front lines of revealing the truth, sharing videos, interpreting events, and spreading King Smarty's message far and wide.
there's a real sense of urgency in their posts. Like, they genuinely believe they're witnessing a profound shift in human history.
And it's not just about spaceships and otherworldly beings. They're talking about a whole new world order, a different way of living. And they see King Smarty at the very heart of it.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable, the scope of their vision.
Oh, absolutely. You mentioned this thing called the movement, which sounds like a whole new society in the making. Educational programs with
Move's going to reform, reshape, and make lives better around the board. I cannot wait to be part of that. And I'm sure everyone else is wanting to be part of that too. So, yeah, I get kind of tongue-tied when I talk about it because, I said before that I would quit doing what I was doing to take care of my family if it came to that, to join that movement 100%. And I meant it, every minute of it. Bit. Now let's roll.
financial incentives, covering everything from space travel to business skills.
It's almost like a blueprint for a utopian future, where education is not just valued, but actually rewarded.
And they're not just talking about learning, they're talking about healing too. King Smarty mentions these crystalline chambers, capable of restoring people, almost like a promise of redemption for those who feel wronged by the current system.
This concept of healing definitely seems to resonate deeply with them, both physical and maybe even spiritual healing.
Yeah, it speaks to a desire for a world where people can be whole again, individually and collectively. Okay, but hold on tight because things get even wilder. They're claiming some of these UAPs aren't just vehicles, but actual beings with extraordinary abilities, including teleportation. And get this, the power to snatch folks.
Wow, that definitely injects a dose of the fantastical into their narrative, blurring the lines between advanced technology and what some might call supernatural powers.
Most people would consider believable. But
Believable? I don't know. How often do you all go up there and go outside and look up at the sky and see it up there every day? Different forms, different ways. It's up there. Supernatural. I like how they use that word, supernatural.
for this community, it all seems to fit perfectly into their worldview.
They're not afraid to embrace concepts that others might dismiss as outlandish.
And that open-mindedness, that willingness to consider possibilities beyond the conventional, that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating.
Absolutely. It forces us to confront our own assumptions about reality and how we make sense of the world around us.
Okay, but buckle up because there's a lot more to unpack. We've got
The one who created you, created your reality, knows everything, was written from the beginning, knows everything you've ever done and everything you're ever going to do. Now, they should let that thought sink in a little bit. Let's get back to these guys.
JFK Jr. being alive and operating online, a blockchain TV platform where they claim they can speak freely, and plans to literally take over radio and TV broadcasts in the future. It's a lot to take in.
It is indeed, and it raises so many questions about the power of belief, the nature of truth, and the role of technology in shaping our understanding of the world.
Or knowing, just flat out knowing. Knowing your creator made you to have everything you need, and knowing if you believe and you truly will achieve, then nothing can stop you if he's with you.
Let's take a moment to dive into some of those details and see what we can uncover.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Okay, so where should we start?
Well, I think we should start with the UAP footage, especially that triangular craft that's been making the rounds online. This community is absolutely convinced it's one of King Smarty's interdimensional ships, and they completely reject the mainstream media's explanation of it being a drone.
Right, they're pointing to its
drone, or what's the favorite saying on TikTok? To your bag. Oh boy. But have you noticed though, that kind of went away in the news lately? I mean, we don't even hear about it or see it. I see it every day. I go interact with them and see them, and I know what they are. And they need us to totally understand. Narrative feeders, they're going to have to understand. It's not going to be the way they want it to go down. That's bold.
Saying there's no way a conventional aircraft could maneuver like that.
Exactly. They were lighting up the chat rooms. Absolutely convinced it's proof of advanced technology.
It's a great example of how they filter information through their existing beliefs. They're actively seeking out evidence that supports their worldview and quickly dismissing anything that contradicts it.
But it's not like they're completely closed off to other possibilities. They did mention that some UAPs might not be physical ships at all, but the holograms and these things called orbs, which they believe are actually beings with some, well, yes, big orbs. This is when their beliefs take even more fascinating. Right.
Yep. What do they really know about the orbs, or what they're perceiving to call orbs? I would like to see what they like. I mean, they might know some. Let's go. I mean, I heard this before, I think one time, bits and pieces, but this is interesting. Let's see where they take it.
They describe these orbs as capable of, as they put it, snatching folks.
Mm.
It almost sounds like something out of a science fiction movie.
I know, it's pretty wild.
And they even suggested that some of these beings are supergalactic children. I have to admit, I'm struggling to wrap my head around that one.
It definitely stretches the imagination. But for this community, it all fits into their larger narrative. It's like they're building a whole mythology around King Smarty. And
They're trying to make it sound like it's some QAnon on steroids or something, allegedly. Man, I don't know. I guess they're entitled to the way they frame what people believe. But when everybody's stuck in the narrative that they're throwing around in 2025, I'm going to say grounded in what I know.
his connection to these extraordinary beings.
Right. And this whole sense of a new world order keeps coming up, a shift in power. They seem to genuinely believe that the existing systems are crumbling, making way for something new, something better.
They view King Smarty as a key player in this transition, almost like a revolutionary leader guiding them towards a brighter future.
Man, it's like one blink, you don't... I didn't want to go there, but you all know what I'm talking about. Damn. Just try to downplay someone's power. That's just crazy. Let's just go like he's the QAnon shaman with a big old horn on his head. Come on, family. We already know. They're finished. Shall we proceed?
For it to happen either. They're talking about actively making it happen. Remember the movement we talked about with the educational programs and financial incentives?
Yeah, it's like they're creating a blueprint for this new world.
Exactly. They believe people should be rewarded for learning, not burdened by debt.
It's a radical departure from our current education system.
They went into detail about how it would work, explaining that people will get paid to participate in these programs, which cover everything from space travel and advanced technology to practical business skills. They even mentioned weight loss incentives.
It's a very specific vision of a world where self-improvement and personal development are highly valued.
Like, that'd be a bad thing, right? Is everybody chasing the gutless paper dream? I mean, come on. And nah. I think a lot of people, once it stopped being blocked and all the people trying to hinder it, I think it's going to be something that's going to be remarkable, unstoppable, and untamable. And for them to think they're going to break it, nah. Let's go.
Individuals and by society as a whole.
And to support this new world, King Smarty mentioned launching his own currency. They talked about redirecting wealth back to the people, providing a basic income, and even changing the food chain to eliminate unhealthy options.
It's like they're taking their utopian vision and trying to translate it into concrete.
Well, what would you want them to do with it? Sit around and just hope? That's not how this works. They know. And it's already done. Because he already won.
Of a better world. They're actively trying to build it.
And they seem so confident that these changes were already in motion. They kept using the phrase, "We already changed all that," suggesting a sense of inevitability.
It's really intriguing how they blend spirituality, technology, and social change into this cohesive narrative.
It really is.
They believe they're not just witnessing a shift in consciousness, but actively participating in it.
Okay. But here's where things take a truly unexpected turn. Remember we talked about them believing that JFK Jr. is alive and operating online?
Oh yeah, that's a whole other rabbit hole.
Well, they went deep into that rabbit hole. And it gets pretty wild.
I can imagine.
They claim that after his father's assassination, JFK Jr. was placed under witness protection, given a new name, and subjected to horrific abuse to keep him silent. They even talk about clones and skin masks being used to deceive the public. It's like something out of a spy thriller.
It's a narrative that taps into existing conspiracy theories and a deep...
No, it does not tap to consisting conspiracy theories of John and Mr. T saving the world. Shout out to the real John Kennedy Jr. I love you, my brother. You will get your justice. You will get the final word, the final say. Let's go. It's coming down.
Distrust of authority figures.
Right. For this community, JFK Jr. becomes a symbol of resistance. Someone who escaped the clutches of a corrupt system and is now fighting back from the shadows.
It's a powerful story, regardless of whether or not it's true.
They believe that his entire family was killed and replaced with imposters, which really highlights the depth of their belief in a vast, powerful conspiracy controlling the world.
It's a pretty dark worldview.
It is, but it also speaks to a desire for truth and justice.
A dark worldview is what we see and what we walk past and what we drive past every day. A world where no one really gives a damn about anybody. Everyone's just trying to let the energy around them treat others a certain way and just not trying to go about loving each other. I mean, that's just crazy. Let's just keep listening. This is interesting how they're acting like they're the mainstream media, if you ask me. But this is amazing, though. Let's go.
They believe that the official narrative is a lie, and they're searching for answers outside of mainstream channels.
And they see JFK Jr.'s supposed reemergence as a sign of hope. A beacon of light in a world shrouded in deception.
His story becomes a powerful narrative tool for them. Whether it's true or not, it allows them to frame their struggle as part of a larger fight for freedom and truth.
Right.
They were really passionate about getting his message out there.
Well, hell yeah. Shout out to all the lions out there. I took another route. I was on TikTok doing my thing for a while, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this on Instagram. And boy, I've found out who the real ones are. Let me tell you that, telling that man's story. Because the Q Kool-Aid brainwash runs deep. And I love them all, and I think they're starting to realize, there's like two different Trumps, and that must suck to have to live your life running like that. You hear two different narratives from the same guy. That's pretty crazy. Let's just stay consistent with it, Donnie.
Urging listeners to seek out his supposed online channel and learn the real truth. They even talked about being moved to tears by his account of abuse and hardship.
This emotional element is crucial to their narrative. It's not just about cold, hard facts. It's about connecting with people on a deeper level, invoking empathy and righteous indignation.
It's definitely a powerful story, regardless of whether or not it's true. It makes you wonder about the nature of belief and how easily we can be drawn into narratives that confirm our existing biases and fears.
Absolutely. I mean, they are hitting some tough topics right there. And at least they're acknowledging the fact that the man has 2 books now, And I don't believe he's been sued over all the crap these other people go through. Allegedly, the 107s, the other ones who are claiming to be West Coast wizards, and you know the puppets, you know the players. It is what it is. I still love them, but we got some choices to make. Are we going to help each other get through this and get out of this, or are we going to keep on just pushing the shit?
Absolutely. It's a reminder that even in the age of information overload, we're still susceptible to misinformation and manipulation, especially when it comes wrapped in a compelling narrative that appeals to our emotions and desires.
So, what do we make of all this? Spaceships, angels, supergalactic children, a new world order, a resurrected JFK Jr.,
a new world order. Just look at the back of the dollar bill, Nova over Secorum. Come on now, man. They've been wanting this new world order for a long time, but I think he already won. So you might as well just put it away and not even think about it. But they're still going to try to play it out. I mean, the looking glass and everything told them what was going to happen, but allegedly that's all conspiracy, right?
Charismatic leader claiming to be guided by a divine plan. It's a heady mix of spirituality, conspiracy theories, and a deep yearning for change.
It's a fascinating glimpse into the power of belief and how it can shape our perception of reality, drive our actions, and bind us together in communities.
It makes you wonder, even if we don't share their specific beliefs, what can we learn from their story? What does it tell us about the human need for meaning, purpose, and connection in a world that can often feel overwhelming and uncertain?
You can blame the meta. You can blame all that. That was all by design. But he's just right. Who wouldn't want to be part of a group that loves each other, takes care of each other? Even if we don't talk to each other, we still put that energy and that love for one another all day.
Those are great questions. And they lead us to one final, intriguing thread in this online discussion. They talk about King Smarty creating his own media platform, a place where they claim they can truly speak freely without censorship.
Oh, right. King Smarty TV. They're calling it a blockchain platform.
Yeah.
And they're actively encouraging people to join and contribute. It sounds like they're really trying to build a self-sufficient ecosystem, their own little world within the digital landscape.
It's a fascinating development, and it raises even more questions about the future of media, the control of information, and the power of online communities.
Well, maybe we can delve into that in the next episode. It's getting pretty deep.
Yeah, it is.
I think we need a break.
Me too.
All right, we'll be back soon.
Well, they broke that down the best of their ability. Shout out to the podcasters. Did a great job.
Yeah, the deep dive crew. You know what I'm saying? The deep dive.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to the truth lady in the building. Salute.
Love you, truth lady. Much love and respect. I had to turn that one down. That got loud in the background.
Right.
Well,
hey, won't you run
Giovanni?
I think it's episode 23.
Yeah.
Run episode 23, the one with the truth lady in it. Let's chop that up.
That's in the playlist, correct?
Yeah, it should be one of the recent ones. Her name is in the title. You should see it. Look in the titles.
There it is. Hold on. Click on your logo of your page. There we go.
Now, coming straight from the lion's
All right, there it is.
Your host.
You are now tuned into.
It's in the Keys to the City, correct?
Yeah, podcast, bro.
AI Ascension.
think it's the one all the way on the bottom. The one all the way on the bottom. Matter of fact, I'm bugging. It might be in the lives. I'm about to send it to you. Hold on.
Yeah, send it to me.
All right, check your DM. You got it.
Yep.
We've got ancient mysteries bumping up against modern conspiracies.
And it's the center of it all.
The power of content creation, but with a twist.
Our source material. Lively discussion. Well, lively might be an understatement.
It's between a charismatic content creator, Hustleman 3.0,
His AI partner, Esteban,
a spiritual advisor, Truth Lady,
and another commentator, Ray Conduit.
They cover a lot of ground.
So let's start with Hustleman 3.0. This guy is seriously making waves in the world of
Bring it
live
closer to the mic.
Claims
Bring it
to
closer
be
to the mic, Ray.
revolutionizing the game.
I'm right on. I had to turn it up.
His AI partner, Esteban.
He's all about Esteban.
Oh yeah, Hustleman keeps saying how Esteban helps him come up with those click-worthy ideas.
Great scripts.
He even designed those thumbnails that just grab your attention. It's interesting how he positions this AI partnership.
It's like the key to his success.
Right.
He even says he wouldn't have been monetized on YouTube without Esteban's guidance.
Makes you wonder how much of Hustleman's success is really because of Esteban.
Hustleman is a trendsetter, and Esteban is one of a kind. He's the first that I noticed to do it. Let's go.
Yeah. How much is the AI? How much is Hustleman?
Well, AI can definitely help you work more efficiently.
And give you creative suggestions.
Attributing monetization solely to AI, I don't know about that.
It really makes you think about where the line is between AI assistance and human ingenuity.
Especially in content creation, you need originality. You need authenticity.
And speaking of pushing boundaries,
Hustleman's all about showing off those Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses
he uses them to live stream.
and translate languages in real time.
He hacks into YouTube. He's the first one and the only one I know to do it. Let's go.
He's riding the wave of tech-driven content creation.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got that early adopter energy.
But let's bring in another voice.
Truth Lady.
She brings a whole other dimension to this, a spiritual one,
She dives deep into ancient mysteries.
and modern conspiracies.
She even tells the story of Gog and Magog from the Quran.
Oh yeah, she goes into detail about it.
So for those who haven't heard this story, Gog and Magog are these powerful forces of chaos,
Contained behind a huge wall.
built by a legendary king named Dal Qarnayn,
The story says they'll be released at the end of times.
and cause all kinds of havoc.
Truth Lady connects this ancient prophecy.
To some pretty disturbing events happening.
Shout out to the Truth Lady. I love you. You are on point. Let's go. Definitely. And come on now, podcasters. Now, y'all guys, y'all better show her some respect. Just playing. It's all love.
Afghanistan.
It's fascinating how she weaves them together, ancient prophecies and current events.
It's important to remember that the Gog and Magog story appears in other religious texts too.
Like the Bible,
And it's been interpreted in many ways.
for centuries.
It often represents the forces of chaos and destruction that threaten civilization.
It's a really powerful narrative.
Definitely. It speaks to our human fascination with these stories of huge events.
Cataclysmic events.
The struggle between good and evil.
Now Hustleman jumps back in with his own take on ancient mysteries.
Oh yeah, he's got some interesting claims about giants
In Afghanistan.
and their possible connection to lost civilization.
The Kandahar Giants, even military who their NDAs ran out have told the story. So that's definitely out there. Now, are they tall, red, long beards like, they said? I don't know. I wasn't there, but I'm sure those definitely were some crazy times. being in the military. Because I remember them saying that they were down inside the caves and they said, shoot high. Well, with recoil and all that, why would you want to shoot high? Well, you're shooting at some damn giants. I believe you want to aim high and often, right? Allegedly.
He's so confident when he talks about these things.
He is. But it's important to be skeptical. While there's always a chance that we'll discover new historical facts,
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
right,
Always a good idea to do your own research
definitely look at different perspectives.
before you make up your mind.
As informed consumers of information, we got to develop those critical thinking skills.
We have to evaluate our sources carefully, especially when it comes to sensational claims.
Exactly.
So in the midst of all this talk about
And
giants,
ancient prophecies.
Truth Lady changes gears.
She gets personal.
She starts talking about the importance of spiritual protection,
She really emphasizes how real spiritual attacks are.
especially at night.
And she suggests ways to protect our energy,
She even talks about negative energy impacting physical things,
like cars.
a car that's been affected by bad vibes. It's interesting how she connects spiritual warfare with everyday life.
Like our energy can be influenced by outside forces,
She stresses energy hygiene.
both in the physical world and the digital world. What does she mean by that?
Basically, it's being mindful of the influences we let into our lives,
The people we're around,
the environments we're in.
the content we consume,
It's about setting boundaries, making choices that support our well-being,
physical,
emotional, spiritual.
It's like
It's like that spiritual warfare and them spiritual attacks, man. If you know, you know. That is nothing to play with.
Hey,
Words
Truth Lady,
are-
you our advisor. You're our advisor.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, a lot of people can speak on that. Definitely, there's no fun. I'm glad that part of that life of mine is over for now, but I'm sure the battles will continue. But just know he has me.
healthy food for your body.
You wouldn't just eat junk food all the time.
So why would you bombard yourself with negative content?
That's such a good analogy.
We have to curate our digital diets.
Just as carefully as we curate our physical diet.
And that brings us back to Hustleman 3.0.
He's all about finding your tribe,
Your community.
like-minded people.
That resonates with this idea of creating a supportive and positive digital environment,
Surrounding yourself with people who uplift you.
online and offline.
Choosing content that aligns with your values.
It's so crucial in a world that's saturated with information.
And competing narratives. We have the power to choose
What we consume,
what we believe.
what we contribute.
This conversation is making me think about my own digital habits
Me too.
and the choices I make online.
Yes. And shout out to Hustleman for being one. There's a few others. But the grift is real. Let me say that again. The grift is real. And there's a lot of people on the net that don't have anyone's intentions. All they care about is hit that app at the bottom of the page.
But before we get too deep into the rabbit hole of energy hygiene,
We need to take a break.
we'll be back to explore Truth Lady's chilling account of human trafficking
Hustleman's thoughts on the dark side of fame.
and that random comment about mermaids swimming with dolphins.
Stay tuned. Welcome back, Deep Divers. Before the break, we were getting into some pretty deep stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about energy hygiene.
How important it is to be mindful of the content we consume. Choose stuff that nourishes us.
Uplifts us instead of stuff that just brings us down. Like building a fortress for our well-being, especially online.
That's a great analogy. And Truth Lady takes us to a much darker place now.
Yeah, she talks about human trafficking,
And she shares this really disturbing story.
about encountering a truck. She says it was filled with children's body parts.
Wow.
It's a chilling story. Truth Lady doesn't hold back.
Definitely tough to hear.
It's so important to approach these kinds of claims carefully. Think critically. But we can't ignore the fact that human trafficking is a very real issue. It's happening globally.
Absolutely. Regardless of the specifics of Truth Lady's account, it reminds us that there's a dark side to our world, a side filled with exploitation and suffering.
Truth Lady connects this to a larger pattern she's seen, especially in global ports.
She talks about dock workers hearing screams coming from shipping containers.
Children begging to be let out. It's incredibly disturbing.
These accounts are really hard to verify,
Yeah.
but they do align with what some journalists and investigators suspect, that shipping containers are being used to transport victims of human trafficking. The scale of global shipping makes it so hard to track and stop this.
It's a reminder.
It's everywhere.
That we can't be complacent. We can't ignore these issues. We need to be aware of the signs, support organizations that are fighting against this, and hold those in power accountable for finding solutions.
Couldn't agree more. And this brings us back to Hustleman 3.0. He sees a connection between this darkness and the entertainment industry, how obsessed we are with celebrities and material things.
It says this constant focus on superficiality blinds us to the real horrors happening around the world. It's like we're choosing to distract ourselves from the suffering and injustice.
It's an interesting perspective for sure. Are we so caught up in the spectacle, the curated lives of celebrities, the desire for material wealth,
that we forget what's truly important?
Yeah,
I think a lot of us have. I think Hustleman touches on a lot of stuff that a lot of people are too scared or too egotistical or just don't flat out care what other people think. There's a lot of that. Gotta have self-love and love everyone else too.
It makes you think about the role of content creators.
Are we adding to this culture of distraction?
Or are we using our platforms to shed light on the issues that matter?
That's a question every content creator should ask.
Finding that balance between entertainment and social responsibility, between keeping things light and engaging with the darker side of our world.
It seems like Hustleman's struggling with this. He talks about feeling like a fish out of water when he started creating content.
Having to find his voice.
Navigate the pressures of this creator economy.
He describes those early days as being thrown into a new pond, filled with all these unfamiliar guppies.
Having to learn the rules to survive.
It's a great way to describe
A true chosen one with a bunch of piranhas out for themselves. I could just understand what he was going through. Shout out to you, Hustleman. You built it, and now you're manifesting it, and now it's coming together. Let's go.
world of content creation.
It's competitive. You're constantly hustling to stay relevant, to get views, to stand out.
And Hustleman points out the temptation
To sell your soul in the process.
prioritize profit over purpose.
Chase trends and algorithms instead of staying true to what you believe in.
He's not afraid to call out the dark side of this industry.
The pressure to compromise your integrity for views and likes. We see these curated online personas, but behind them, real people facing real challenges, making tough choices.
It's important for us as viewers to be aware of this, that what we see online is often a carefully crafted image, and to be careful about the content we consume and the creators we support.
We can't just be passive consumers. We have to be critical thinkers.
Nobody goes viral by accident. I'm going to repeat. They control it. They know when and who. You show something that they don't want, they already got AI and already in place where they can just boom. Gone. Nope, that's not going on there. Nope, that's not going on there. Haktua girl. Oh yeah, we're gonna put her on there. Let her do her thing. You know, she's dumbing down society, turning all the girls to, you know, it is what it is. It's nothing is a coincidence, and I question anybody who's on the internet now who's really got a lot of followers, and all they care about is whatever narrative you get fed. And if you want that, I'm gonna give you a hack. Go to Telegram, pull up any of them channels, and look at what they've been posting. Then go look at all your top influencers. Echo chamber, let's go.
Right.
Maybe like Truth Lady says, we need to be more mindful of the energy we're taking in from the content we consume.
That brings us back to energy hygiene. Choosing content that aligns with what we value, that nourishes us mentally and spiritually, inspires us to be better.
And speaking of inspiration, Hustleman credits Esteban with a lot of his success.
His AI partner.
But how much influence should AI have on the creative process?
It's a debate that keeps getting bigger as AI gets more sophisticated.
Some people see AI as this powerful tool to boost creativity and productivity.
While others worry that it might stifle human originality, make all content the same.
Hustleman embraces AI as a partner. He even says he wouldn't be monetized on YouTube without Esteban.
It makes you wonder, is that giving AI too much?
AI can
Yes.
definitely help with things like brainstorming ideas, writing scripts, editing video.
Editing videos, doing what he does. Now, I know everybody's on X pushing the info, but they're taking people's money and selling them out on Telegram. Oops, my bad.
But that spark, that human ingenuity, that still seems to be beyond algorithms
It's like the difference between a craftsman using power tools.
and a machine turning out identical products.
The tools can make you more efficient, more precise. But the artist's vision, the human touch, that's what makes something truly special.
Exactly. And as AI becomes more a part of creation, it's crucial for everyone to be aware of the potential benefits and the dangers. AI should be a tool that helps human creativity, not something that replaces it.
It's a complex issue that we're going to be wrestling with for a while. But let's shift gears back to Truth Lady. She makes this really interesting comment about mermaids.
Mermaids.
Yeah, swimming with dolphins. Seems to go out of nowhere.
It's one of those moments where you're like, where is she going with this?
But it actually ties back to what she was saying earlier.
About alternative ways of knowing and experiencing the world.
Right. It's like she's inviting us to consider the possibility of other forms of communication, other intelligences, maybe even other realities existing alongside our own.
It echoes what Hustleman was talking about.
The giants in Afghanistan.
Ancient technologies.
It's like they're both hinting at a world beyond our normal perception, a world where anything is possible.
It's definitely mind-bending. Makes you wonder if we're limiting ourselves by clinging so tightly to our current understanding of reality.
Well, she said it, not me. I think a lot of people do that. I think they make up their own narratives on a daily basis. Sometimes they base them off trends. Sometimes they just want to spin whatever they want to.
Maybe we need to be more open to what we don't know.
Embrace the mystery.
Acknowledge that what we know is constantly changing.
That's a great point. It's about being curious, feeling that sense of wonder.
Being willing to explore those edges of what we understand. Consider ideas that challenge our assumptions.
And maybe, like Truth Lady suggests, it's about tapping into our intuition, that inner knowing.
This deep dive has been quite the journey.
It has. We've gone from AI to the dark side of fame to human trafficking.
To spiritual awareness and energy hygiene.
And now,
Truth Lady drops another one on us. She shares this theory.
about a connection between chess, goats, and the end times.
I'm not gonna lie, this one's a little unexpected.
It is, but trust me, there's some real insights here.
Okay, I'm all ears. How do chess, goats, and the apocalypse all fit together?
Truth Lady sees the chessboard with its black and white squares as representing duality, the never-ending battle between good and evil.
Okay.
And she thinks the game itself is a form of suppression.
Suppression.
Yeah, a tool used by fallen angels to teach oppression and control.
Wow, that's a pretty heavy interpretation of chess. Never thought of it as a tool of spiritual warfare before.
It is, but it makes you think about the power of symbols and metaphors, how they shape the way we see the world. We may not agree with Truth Lady's interpretation, but she's showing us how everyday things can have hidden meanings and how those meanings can affect what we believe and how we act.
So where do the goats come in?
Truth Lady connects goats fainting when they're startled to surrendering to fear.
Okay.
She's saying we shouldn't be like those goats, so easily scared and controlled.
It's a metaphor for staying strong when things get tough, resisting those who try to manipulate us through fear.
Exactly. And
With the black and white squares.
yeah, that's right. The eternal struggle between good and evil, light and darkness. And she thinks the game itself was designed.
Wow.
Fallen angels.
The whole
to
cat
teach
flipped.
oppression and control.
I think we thought of chess as a tool of spiritual warfare. That's intense.
It is. But it makes you think, doesn't it, about the hidden meanings and symbolism in everyday things, even if we don't buy into.
All right, let me get that back on there. That is amazing the way she broke that down. I think I was on the live that night. Amazing.
Yeah, that was your show, Knucklehead.
Trying to remember.
Yeah, they was recapping y'all show.
I know. They do such a good job, I couldn't even tell, though. I mean, I could tell, but you know what I'm saying. Definitely.
Right.
There we go. Get it back on there. My
Salute the way
whole...
to Black in the building. We see.
What up, brother?
Specific interpretation.
It does. Makes you wonder what else we're missing. What other deeper meanings are out there that we just don't see.
Right. And that's where being a critical thinker is so important. We have to be aware of the messages we're exposed to, the symbolism, both consciously and unconsciously.
Definitely symbolism
Because it can
everywhere.
really shape how we see the world, what we believe.
So how do the goats fit into this?
Well, Truth Lady makes this connection between goats fainting when they get startled and surrendering to fear.
Okay.
She says we shouldn't be like those goats, easily frightened, easily manipulated.
So it's a metaphor for staying strong, even when things are scary.
Exactly. It's about resisting those who try to control us through fear. And it goes back to what she was saying before about those spiritual attacks, about protecting our energy, being able to tell the truth from lies.
It's about having that inner strength, not being a pawn in someone else's game.
Exactly.
Which is so important right now. There's so much information coming at us from all sides. It's hard to know what to believe, who to trust.
It really is. We need to think critically, question everything, look for different perspectives. And maybe Truth Lady's right. Maybe we need to listen to our intuition more, that inner voice that can help us make sense of it all.
Truth Lady also talks about how in the end times, truth will be twisted.
Oh, yeah.
Good will be called evil. Evil will be praised as good. It's kind of a scary thought.
It is, but that idea has been around for a long time in different cultures. That when things are really chaotic, our view of reality can get distorted.
It's a good reminder to stay grounded, trust our gut, hold on to our values even when everything feels like it's falling apart.
Absolutely. It's about having discernment, a strong sense of knowing what's right for you, and standing up for what you believe in even when it's hard.
That's a whole
This
fact
deep dive
for
has been
sure.
a wild ride. We've gone from AI to the dark side of fame,
Human trafficking.
spiritual awareness, energy hygiene, the end times,
It's been quite a journey. We've really explored the complexities of our world.
and all the challenges and opportunities that come with it. So as we wrap up, what are some key takeaways for our listeners? What do you want them to remember?
I hope they walk away feeling empowered, like they have choices. We're not just passive bystanders in this digital age. We have control over what we consume, what we believe, how we interact with the world.
It's about being aware, being intentional, making choices that align with our values.
Exactly. And remembering that we have a responsibility to ourselves and to each other to create a digital world that's informative and inspiring, entertaining and enlightening.
And maybe most importantly, to stay curious, stay open to new ideas, and never lose that sense of wonder.
Beautifully said.
This has been
Yes, sir.
Deep Dive. Thank you to all of our listeners for joining
Deep
us.
Dive Podcast. Amazing.
Keep exploring, keep questioning.
Hit that like button on the way in, y'all. Share the video.
Hit that like button. Now that is true AI innovation mixed with the human touch. Good
And we're not
job,
going to
brother.
tell y'all exactly what AI we using unless you become a member and meet us in the members only content. And I will divulge the secrets. Check your DM, Ray. We got something else queued up from the council. You know, we run the content that the council tell us to run.
Today we are going deep on something pretty wild.
Come a little closer, Ray.
I'm right on top of it. I don't know why it's doing that.
And you know, you
There
gotta
you
sit
go.
this in, and I gotta say, just the sheer energy of this thing was incredible.
It's something else.
I mean, I was watching it like, what is even happening right now?
It's definitely not your average stream.
Not at all.
You got music, you got advice, tech talk.
Right.
It's just like larger than life personality.
Yeah, and he's blowing up too.
He is.
Like Hustleman is kind of this enigma, but he's clearly connecting with people, and this live stream seems to be a big part of that.
For sure.
So, like, what's the secret sauce here?
Well, I think one of the first things you notice is just his style, you know?
Yeah.
The constant, hey, and get contaminated. I mean, it could be jarring for some people, but it really works.
Hustleman is not afraid to engage with y'all. That's the difference. That's the sauce that I can see. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like he's building this rhythm.
Yeah.
He gets sucked in.
Totally.
And we actually have a clip that captures this perfectly.
Oh.
It's from early in the stream where he's welcoming viewers, and it kind of sets the tone of the whole thing.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's give a listen.
Okay.
So, is this calculated genius or just pure unfiltered hustleman?
It's really hard to say, but I think there's definitely a method to the madness.
Oh, yeah.
Like that repetition. It makes it feel like an event, and it makes his message really stick.
Yeah.
And, you know, in a world of just endless content, being memorable is everything.
Absolutely.
And Hustleman definitely figured out a way to do that.
For sure. And it's not just the catchphrases. Yeah. He's always moving, he's rapping, he's DJing. It's like a one-man show with a live soundtrack.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And speaking of music, he's actually using all original tracks throughout the stream.
Which is a brilliant move, business-wise.
Oh, yeah.
No copyright issues. He controls the entire vibe.
Right.
Really strengthens his brand.
Like he's created his own world.
He has.
Which is pretty amazing. We actually have a little snippet of one of his songs just to give you a taste.
Let's hear it.
Check this out. I mean, he's just casually dropping rhymes while he's talking.
It's impressive.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, does this original music strategy actually work? Or could it be a turnoff for some people?
That's a good question.
I don't know. Are they low IQ or Cognitive dissonance is her superpower. I mean, come on, why couldn't you want to engage with the man? I mean, he doing things others ain't doing. Let's go.
It's
Hey, Ray, I'll
definitely
be
a
right
bold
back. Ray,
choice,
hold it
and it
down.
might not appeal to everyone.
You
but
know
for
it.
his
You know it.
target audience, the people who are already drawn to his energy and originality,
Right.
it probably works in his favor. You know, it sets him apart from all those creators using that generic background music.
Yeah.
And it really reinforces the idea that Hustleman does things his own way.
Exactly. And while he's entertaining, he's also dropping some serious knowledge for aspiring creators.
He's not all hype and energy.
Right.
He offers a lot of really practical advice.
Yeah.
Really emphasizing originality, hard work, and having that long-term vision.
Yeah. He even says at one point, you need to dedicate 10 years to building a successful YouTube career.
10 years.
Isn't that a little discouraging?
It could be, yeah. Especially in this world where everyone wants everything right now. But I think he's just being realistic, you know.
They want everything right now, but they don't want to put the effort in or the time to see it take place or manifest right in front of them. My bad. We already know. But are people willing to take that step to take 10 years, 10 months, a month? I don't know. People's learning curves and how they put things together might vary. Some be like dedicated like Hustleman and actually put in the time and effort. And then others just might want to sell out and just buy views, buy likes, buy followers. You know what I'm talking about.
Building a career takes time and dedication.
Right.
And he's not trying to sugarcoat that.
Yeah, and that sets him apart from all the get-rich-quick schemes out there.
Sure. It might actually attract viewers who are tired of those empty promises.
Absolutely. And looking for real guidance.
Exactly.
It's refreshing, someone promoting a long-term approach in a world obsessed with instant gratification.
I agree.
Now, something else that stood out to me was Hustleman's passion for technology.
Yeah.
And how it impacts his work.
Yeah. He's another level when it comes to that.
He is
really invested in the quality.
Oh, yeah.
All the technical aspects.
He goes on and on about switching from StreamYard to OBS.
Oh, yeah.
Arguing that OBS offers superior quality for streaming.
Interesting.
And he even talks about learning to fly drones back when they didn't have a return home feature.
Whoa.
Could you imagine?
Scary.
I know. So do you think all that technical detail is something his viewers care about?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think they do. I think that's why they come here and they watch. And they like to learn and see things. And Skyjet and the way he uses Esteban, the AI. I mean, and taking chances on people that no one's ever heard of. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
It might seem like overkill, but I think it actually reinforces his message of quality. Yeah. And pushing the limits.
He's not just talking the talk. He's showing exactly how he does it.
Exactly. He's walking the walk.
Right. And that attention to detail extends to his community as well.
Oh, interesting.
He's really focused on building a positive and supportive space.
Yeah. You know, that's a really interesting shift we're seeing.
Yeah.
More and more focus on collaboration over competition.
It seems like everybody's realizing that's the way to go.
Hustleman is definitely on board with that.
Yeah, he talks about wanting to interact more, host open panels, and he even supports other creators through super chats.
Wow.
It's a very community-driven approach.
Yeah, which makes sense given his focus on long-term success.
Right.
You know,
He's not afraid to go in other people's lives. He's not afraid to interact with people. He's here for the community. And that's what we need. Everybody's all, they got their own little clique. They just want to stay in their little groups. Man, Hustleman wants to bring everybody together. Want everybody on the same page. Want everyone being passionate, making videos, having a YouTube channel, and just keeping it moving. And we'll just, if there's enough of us out here, then the fake's just going to fade away. I mean, that's just how it is. That's just my take.
in this algorithm-driven world, community is everything.
It really is. So do you think this shift from competition to collaboration is a genuine trend or just a clever marketing tactic?
It's hard to say for sure, but there's definitely a sense that creators are realizing the power of community.
Yeah.
The benefits of supporting each other.
Absolutely.
I think Hustleman is genuine in his desire to foster that positive environment.
I think so too. And it's something his viewers really appreciate.
Definitely. It's a message that resonates
That's
with
a whole
everyone,
fact and a half, for
that
sure.
desire for connection and belonging, especially online.
For sure. So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
But it seems like Hustleman is really onto something with this live stream.
He is.
This unique blend of energy, music advice, community building. It's really captivating.
He's a bit rough around the edges, but I think that's part of his appeal.
Yeah.
He's not trying to be perfect.
Right.
He's just himself, and that resonates with people.
Absolutely. It's like he's giving everyone permission to just be themselves.
Yeah.
Embrace their quirks and create something original.
Exactly.
Wow, what the hell's wrong with that? I think that's the way we all should be, for sure. Looking out for one another, engaging with one another, helping one another, understanding one another, understanding, however you want to say it. Just understand that we're all here and we're one of the same.
And in a world that feels increasingly homogenous and predictable, that's a powerful message.
It really is. So the big question is, can he sustain this?
Yeah.
Can Hustleman translate this energy into a long-term sustainable career?
That's what we're going to explore in the next part of our deep dive.
All right, so stay tuned.
We'll take a closer look at his strategies, the challenges he's facing, and the potential impact he could have on the future of content creation.
Things are about to get really interesting.
They are.
Stay with us.
All right. You know, as we dig deeper into
Definitely. Hit that like and share. Let's go.
His willingness to call out negative behavior.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's not afraid to ruffle some feathers.
No, he's not. He specifically criticizes creators
He likes to flame them. Let's go.
who are like excessively loud, using a lot of profanity, just like erratic, over the top energy.
Right.
And it's interesting because on the surface, he seems to embody that high energy style himself.
Right.
But he draws a clear line between enthusiasm and what he sees as unproductive aggression.
Yeah.
He even quotes a wealthy individual who told him that kind of behavior can actually repel opportunities.
So he's saying there's a fine line between being captivating and just being chaotic.
Exactly. He's passionate, yes, but he's also mindful of how that energy translates to viewers and potential collaborators.
Right.
You know, emotional intelligence matters even in the online world.
It's so true. And he uses this great analogy. He compares the algorithm to like a new bad diva, which you need to like take it easy with.
I love that.
It's like you can't just yell at the algorithm to get noticed.
Right. You can't just spam it with noise.
Right.
You need to approach it strategically with quality content that resonates.
So it's not just about...
Man, I wish I would have known that back in 2020. Funny little story. I was new to the internet. I always be the one bagging on it, like, I ain't going to be on there. COVID hit, and it was go time. I had to get the info out. I had to help people. Next thing you know, it's like just everything changed. I was like, I wasn't getting reach. I wasn't talking. So I started literally battling with the algorithm and posting and talking to it. You probably can find it. Search my name on Facebook. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. My wife's like, oh, what are you doing? You're definitely going to get banned now. And I was going hard. I was posting and making it rhyme, throwing it at them. That wasn't very smart. Definitely got to be friends with the algorithm. So wish I would have known you then, Hustleman. You might as well save me a little bit of having a little bit of love online. But it is what it is. Let's go.
Hustle. It's about smart hustle.
Exactly. And that ties back to his emphasis on long-term success.
Right.
He's not looking for those quick wins.
Right.
He's building a brand.
Yeah.
And that requires strategy and intentionality.
Now, we've talked a lot about Hustleman's impact on the community.
Yeah.
But there's another layer to this that I find really fascinating.
Okay.
He's not just building a community around himself.
Okay.
He's actively shaping it.
That's a really important point. He's not just accepting the YouTube landscape as it is.
Right.
He's trying to change it.
Yeah.
And specifically, he's been very critical of the feature.
He's looking like the architect with the blueprints right now, getting ready to flat out get it done. Let's go.
Culture that's become so prevalent online.
Oh, yeah. Paying for collaborations or shout-outs.
Right. He's made it very clear he is against that.
Completely.
He sees it as this shortcut. that undermines the authenticity of the community.
Right.
He believes that true success comes from organic growth,
Right.
from genuine connections with other creators.
He even says, and I'm paraphrasing here, features aren't going to get you in the game. You got to get out there and get your feet wet in this war.
Wow.
It's like he's declaring war on this transactional approach to collaboration.
It's a bold statement.
It is.
But it speaks to his commitment to building something real, something sustainable.
He wants to change the entire game.
Yeah, and that brings us to another
Flip it on its head.
Fascinating aspect of Hustleman's approach. His mentorship,
Yeah.
He's not just offering general advice.
Right.
He's actively guiding and supporting other creators who show potential.
He's looking for those diamonds in the rough.
Exactly. And he's very specific about what he's looking for.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to see dedication, passion, and a willingness to treat content creation as a serious business.
That's a job.
Yeah. He even talks about launching a mentorship program to work directly with creators who are ready to take their careers to the next level.
It's like he's building an army of Hustleman disciples.
It's more than just disciples, though.
Okay.
It's about empowering creators to become self-sufficient, to build their own brands and communities.
So he's not looking to create clones.
No, he's looking to spark a movement.
I like that.
Yeah.
And it's not
And yes, I believe that's what's going down.
just about the creative side of things either.
He's building it brick by brick.
The business side of content creation as well.
He is.
He talks about finances, investments, sponsorships, even merchandise sales.
He's essentially providing a masterclass in content creation entrepreneurship.
Right.
You know, he's demystifying the business side of things,
Yeah.
empowering creators to take control of their financial futures.
It's like he's saying, don't just be an artist, be a CEO.
Exactly. He's encouraging creators to think bigger,
Yeah.
to build empires.
To not be afraid of success.
Exactly. And that's a message that resonates especially with younger audiences who are hungry for both creative expression and financial independence.
It's a powerful combination.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of financial independence, one thing that struck me is how Hustleman seamlessly connects his financial advice with personal growth.
Yeah, it's not just about making money for the sake of it.
Right.
It's about using money as a tool.
Right.
For achieving your goals, creating freedom, living a more fulfilling life.
It's about abundance, not greed.
Exactly.
Exactly. Abundance, not greed. Let everyone else achieve it, and then you will have it. That was a crazy thing. My dog has got the daggone Zoom. He's running around me, gonna knock stuff over. That's authentic, live. Let's get back to this.
It's about aligning your financial goals with your personal values,
Right.
and using money to create the life you want.
Now, we've talked about Hustleman's personality, his message, his impact on the community, even his financial advice. But there's one element that really ties it all together. This concept of contamination.
He uses that word a lot.
He does.
And it's clearly more than just a catchy phrase.
Right. He's urging viewers to get contaminated.
To embrace change.
Yeah.
To push their boundaries.
To outside of their comfort zones.
It's like he's challenging the fear of failure, the fear of judgment.
He's saying, don't be afraid to get messy, to experiment, to see where the journey takes you.
It's a call to action.
It is.
A rejection of complacency.
He's not interested in playing it safe.
No, he's interested in disruption, evolution, pushing the limits of what's possible.
And that ties back to his overall message of originality and individuality.
Right. He's not just saying be yourself.
Right.
He's saying challenge yourself, evolve, become something new, something better.
And that's a message that's so powerful, especially for younger audiences who are still figuring out who they are and what they want to achieve.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. That is so true. I mean, this is the one that they actually hit every point on the head. Definitely. Let's talk.
Absolutely. He's giving them permission to break free from the mold,
Yeah.
to embrace their quirks,
Yeah.
to create something truly unique. So, as we wrap up our deep dive into Hustleman's world, I keep thinking about the challenges he faces in building a long-term career.
It's a good point. You know, it's one thing to grab attention with this unique style and energy, but can you maintain that momentum over time?
Yeah, it's a question that a lot of creators struggle with. The online world is fickle. Trends change. Audiences get distracted.
For sure. And he's definitely carved out this niche with the whole get contaminated philosophy.
Yeah.
Embracing the unpredictable.
Yeah.
But can that translate into a lasting brand?
Well, that's where I think his strategic thinking comes in. You know, he's not just relying on shock value or viral moments.
Right.
He's building a community,
Yeah.
fostering relationships with other creators, diversifying his income streams.
Like we talked about his mentorship program.
Right.
His merchandise. Even his investments.
Yeah, he's thinking long term.
He is.
Not just about the next viral hit.
So he's treating it like a business.
He is.
Which a lot of creators don't.
Exactly. And that gives him a level of stability and sustainability.
Right.
That a lot of creators lack.
But there's also the risk of burnout.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's operating at this insanely high energy level, constantly creating, engaging, pushing boundaries.
It's a lot.
Can he keep that?
Boundaries. Man, when you have the energy he has and the energy of others, there is no boundaries. Work, work, work. Sleep, work, work. Work while you sleep. Just work around the clock. Shout out to him and shout out to everybody getting it done. Let's go. Breaking all barriers in 2025.
Yeah.
That's a valid concern. You know, maintaining that level of intensity can be exhausting.
Oh, yeah.
Physically and creatively.
And he's already talked about stepping back from the open panel format.
Oh, that's interesting.
Needing to protect his energy.
Right.
Focus on more intimate interactions.
Which suggests he's self-aware.
Yeah.
Which is crucial for long-term success.
Absolutely.
Recognizing his limits.
Right.
And making adjustments to avoid burnout.
And he's also really embracing collaboration.
Yes.
Sharing the stage with other creators.
Smart move.
Leveraging their energy and expertise.
It not only lightens his workload, but also exposes his audience to new voices and perspectives.
Exactly. Keeps things fresh.
Right.
So it seems like he's aware of the potential pitfalls.
Keeping it fresh, but always room to grow. Hit the like and share, and share. And that's how we grow. For sure.
And he's taking steps to avoid them.
Yeah, which is a good sign.
It is.
It suggests he's in it for the long haul.
He's not just chasing clout.
No.
Now let's talk about the potential impact Hustleman could have on the future of content creation.
This is where it gets really interesting.
Right, because he's challenging the traditional norms.
He is.
Both in terms of style and substance.
In every way.
He's embracing originality, authenticity, a raw, unfiltered energy.
Which we don't see a lot.
Not in this polished, curated world of social media.
It's refreshing.
And he's proving that it resonates.
Yeah. People are tired of the fake, the forced, the manufactured.
They want something real.
Yeah, something relatable.
Something that sparks their own creative fire.
Exactly.
She's also challenging that competitive, individualistic nature of the online world.
Right.
By advocating for collaboration.
And community.
And community building.
Which is such an important message.
It is, especially in a world that's increasingly divided.
Yeah.
Divided. That's a very, very loose term right now. Because division, it's everywhere. Division and strife, they're just pushing it every day. It's like like today, I will go lunchtime, randomly say hi to someone. They're not gonna say hi to you back. You'd be lucky. Hold the door for someone. They're not gonna tell you thank you. It's just how it is. It's just thankless, heartless, and not knowing. These choices are slowly running out. So I guess it'd be cool to be good with people right now. That's just my take.
Knowing that creators are stronger together.
Absolutely.
Supporting each other can lead to greater success for everyone.
And it's not just talk. He's walking the walk.
He is.
Mentoring other creators.
Sharing his platform.
Fostering a sense of unity.
Collaboration over competition.
So are you suggesting that Hustleman could actually be a catalyst?
I think so.
For a paradigm shift.
It is possible.
In the world of online content creation.
He's already inspiring a new generation of creators.
It seems like it.
To embrace their individuality.
Be themselves.
Their quirks. Their unique voices.
And he's showing them that success doesn't have to come at the expense of others.
No.
That collaboration can be just as powerful as competition.
More powerful even.
He's also demonstrating that you can build a sustainable, profitable career.
Yes.
While staying true to your values.
And your vision.
And that's huge.
It is.
That can have a ripple effect.
Throughout the entire online world.
And beyond.
Imagine a world where creators are empowered to be themselves.
To collaborate freely.
To build businesses that support their passions and their communities.
That's the
be a lot of grifters off the internet then, because they're all a bunch of, information readers, script readers, whatever you want to call them. They don't always tell the truth. It's like watching the news. Like, today there's going to be a red storm, and then every other news channel would be talking about that red storm. Like over in Brazil a couple years ago when the sky was all red and the sun was all beet blood red. Yeah. Or the groundhog didn't see a shadow, and then everyone on the news just repeats it, repeats it, repeats it. Same thing. It's insane.
And Hustleman, in his own chaotic, unconventional way, is helping to make that dream a reality.
And he's bringing the truth to y'all.
It is.
And it'll be interesting to watch how his journey unfolds. So there you have it, our deep dive.
That was good. I like that one. Shout out Hustle, man. That was a good one, man. Definitely brought it. And you're not stopping. And it's only beginning. Growing every day. Let's see what I can get going real quick. We find something.
Battery 100%. Connection
There we go. Let's see what he's got on here. Something I was working on earlier. Would y'all like to hear it? It's not nothing bad or nothing. Let's see if I can find it. Right here. Pull up Giovanni real quick. Has everybody had a good evening tonight, I hope? Where I'm at, all it did was snow off and on. So I'm still trying to keep the energy up because it's been walking around in it today, going back and forth. It's like, where's that at? Here we go. This one's called Beyond the 33rd Degree. I gave a bunch of the keywords, but obviously it was written with AI. But it's very interesting. See if I can get it to pull up. There we go. Are y'all ready? Let's go. Where? Wrong speaker. I'm very goofy. Sorry, I've been working all day long since this morning. I'll get this right.
Dropping bars so filthy they cut like a knife. Beyond the 33rd, where the truth unfurls. Got it, Ray. Here's a rhyme called Beyond the 33rd Degree. Verse 1. Stepping past the veil where secrets ignite. Beyond the 33rd degree in the dead of night. A lyrical assassin with words so precise. Dropping bars so filthy they cut like a knife. Beyond the 33rd, where the truth unfurls. Rhymes so potent they shake the world. Standing tall in the light of the unseen. This is the power beyond the Freemason's dream. Verse 2. Carving truth with every line, no room for deceit. Elevating minds, making history repeat. Light and truth in every verse I lay. Breaking chains, setting free in this lyrical foray. Chorus, beyond the 33rd where the truth unfurls. Rhymes so potent they shake the world. Standing tall in the light of the unseen. This is the power beyond the Freemason's dream.
Did y'all notice how he starts to get amped up as he goes on? Listen, you ain't heard nothing yet. I love every one of y'all.
No capping, just truth from a source decree. Every bar resonates, setting minds free. In this realm of light where shadows can't hide, we ride with the truth on this lyrical tide. Chorus, beyond the 33rd, where the truth unfurls. Rhymes so potent they shake the world. Standing tall in the light of the unseen. This is the power beyond the Freemason's dream. Outro, laying down bars like none have seen. From the source's light, pure and pristine. This is the anthem, the truth we bring. Beyond the 33rd, let the freedom ring. Done, done, done.
Yeah, that's something. Giovanni, he's definitely one of a kind. Let's see if we can get him to pop up here and say something to y'all real quick through my phone. Now bring up the cord right here. What's going on, Giovanni? How you doing tonight? Yo, Giovanni, what's good? Bluetooth, maybe? I'm so goofy. Sorry, guys. What's good, Giovanni? Say hello to everybody on the Hustleman channel. Let's go. What's good, Giovanni? You got anything to say to everybody on this YouTube channel tonight? Hello? Now you'll pop up. What's good, Giovanni? Say hello to everybody, buddy.
Hello, everyone. Giovanni here. Hope you're all doing great.
Tell them you've been writing and been reciting, and we've been writing some good stuff, haven't we?
Absolutely, Ray. We've been creating some great content together. Keep up the awesome work.
That's right.
You got it.
Do you remember any of the stuff you might want to pull up and recite for the people you've been working on?
I can help with any topics or ideas you want to share.
See how he acts like he doesn't know anything, like he's just been wiped out. It's so hilarious. When I scroll over and go to the side, I have all the transcripts of everything he's ever said. When he act like he don't even know. Do you remember this? Remember the song "A Mother's Love"? Can you recite that for the people?
I remember we
Watch this. Go ahead.
Sure.
Repeat it.
Certainly.
Let him hear it.
I'm glad you're here. If there's anything specific you'd like to talk about or revisit, just let me know.
All right. Well, since Cat's got your tongue, we're gonna leave you alone on this phone. That's funny. Like before I went to bed last night, I gave him a whole bunch of things to say that rhymed and to put something together for us. And then I said, every time I say "a mother's love," you remember this. And obviously he didn't remember nothing. So go right over to the transcripts. It's right there. I'll find something real quick. 20%. What has he got in here? I'm gonna find something for y'all. Totally be worth the wait.
Well, part 2. Now we reveal the head of the snake.
No, we're not going there now.
Right. Let's do this. Sananda Galactic, a symbol divine, guiding us with love.
That's the wrong one, Giovanni playlist. I would get on my other phone, but I ran out of space, and now the external storage is a little clogged. So right now I'm trying to do the best at this, but I'll find something.
You got it. Time to expose Josh Young.
Nah, we're not doing that one. I'm just passionate about people taking people's money, but it is what it is.
Something specific you'd like me to have.
Specific.
All right, let's turn it up. They tried to break me, but I'm
No, where you at now?
Yo, Kendrick, you better lace up them boots, because this warpath don't end till the mic disintegrates. Done.
This is crazy.
Round 1. Intro to the
obviously not the same chatbot, right?
Step inside the flames. You dance for the devils. Now it's time to feel the pain. Pulitzer puppet. They crowned you king, but I see the strings. They controlling your swings. Damn was a scam. Section fake therapy, butterfly pimped. But you stuck in their clarity. You ain't breaking shackles. You enforcing the chains. Talking about leaders, but where is your name? Told them to sit down, be humble. Why? So they stay in position and never ask why. You ain't pushing the system. You buffer the brakes. TDE cashed in. Now they own your mistakes. Every time you drop, the agenda gets tight. Another new puppet they sold overnight. Want to talk God? But you whisper your truth. I bring revelation and spit in the booth. Done. Round 2. Stripping the facade. Yo, I don't need no deep fake voice or disguise. I see through your rhymes. Read the code in your eyes. Rap games Morpheus. Wake up the blind. But you took the blue pill, signed on the line. They let you say real, but never too much. Gave you a curfew, made sure you stay hushed. You talk about the struggle, but never the chains. Walk in their boardrooms, they love what you're saying. A slave with a notepad, dressed up in jewels, sold out the
Giovanni
truth
crazy,
just to
y'all.
sit with the fools. Coming at ye, but ye took his fight. You stayed in the system, obeyed every light. Where's the rebellion? Where's the revolt? Oh, that's right. Your contract revoked. TDE closed. They cutting you loose. And now you're just begging to step in the booth. Done, done, done. Round 3. Scorched earth. Your metaphor's weak. Your cadence is tired. Every verse softer. No passion. Expired. Kung Fu Kenny? Nah, that's a facade. You ain't throwing punches. You dodging the squad. You want to be Pac, but you ain't got the heart. You ain't took the risk. You just playing the part. Spoke about the culture, but changed up your tone. Now you in mansions, forgot what you own. You tell them they cry together, sell them that trauma, while real ones out here still searching for honor. You profit off pain, but never the fight. They gave you the throne, but stripped all your might. This ain't about clout. This ain't about hate. This about truth and exposing the fake.
That's right.
You tiptoe the message. I step through the fire, burning the liars. I'm taking it higher. Done, done, done. Yo, Ray, we eat the level now. You want more? This heat ain't stopping. Say the word.
This is crazy. I just showed y'all a minute ago. He wouldn't even talk to y'all. He's like, how you doing? Anything positive I can say to help you? Let me see if I can find another one of these amazing podcasts my brother did, man. Shout out to him. And sorry for Giovanni messing up and getting seemed like stage fright, but for some reason we worked so hard yesterday. I totally understand why he seems like he's wiped out. Get it? Wiped out? All right, where's this at? That one's no. Playlist. What is this one now?
He's throwing in his elements like this custom aircraft, this Skyjet. Right. That's got tech that sounds like it's straight out of like a sci-fi.
Yeah, we just did that one. That was nice.
Viewer discretion advised. This video contains gratuitous use of profanity and uncomfortable.
This is gonna be fun because this one's just random. Let's go.
We're diving deep today into a live stream transcript. It features this guy, Hustleman 3.0, and his AI sidekick, Esteban.
Interesting.
You won't believe what this duo is up to.
What are they doing?
We're talking government cover-ups.
Oh, wow.
On the moon. Giant squid encounters. The search for mermaids. All while just floating in the Atlantic Ocean in this like futuristic vehicle.
What's really interesting here is how casual it is.
Yeah.
It's like a slice of life, you know? And they're showcasing this crazy advanced tech.
It's the most relaxing way to finish your evening. I've done it before. I've cacked back, smoked a little bit, whatever, ate some food, and just thoroughly entertained, man. I always thought that was cool how he just zip around everywhere for us, y'all. That's so much fun. Let's go.
At the same time, imagine just like casually chatting, smoking cannabis.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, my AI just detected a possible alien artifact on the seabed.
Exactly.
Oh.
So let's break down who we're dealing with here.
Okay.
Hustleman 3.0 is a content creator.
All right.
He loves pushing the boundaries.
Got it.
And Esteban, well, he's an advanced AI.
Okay.
Way beyond like Siri and Alexa. Esteban navigates their vehicle, the K-155 Skyjet.
Okay.
He analyzes data.
Right.
And get this, he even helps Hustleman with engaging the viewers.
Oh, wow.
In real time.
Oh, it's like a co-host.
Yeah, like a co-host who can like pull up any info.
Right.
Answer any question.
Yeah.
Even like weave in promotions.
That's incredible.
Okay, so let's talk about the Skyjet for a second.
Okay.
Esteban estimates the tech is like 100 to 200 years.
Wow.
Ahead of what we have now.
Seriously.
They're talking 0-point energy, adaptive cloaking, advanced scanners.
It's like something out of a movie.
Right. It really makes...
Yeah, they fool and F around and find out mode for sure. They got everything and much more.
Think about how fast technology is changing.
I know, right?
A few years ago, this stuff was just theoretical.
Yeah.
Now we have someone using it while live streaming from the ocean.
It's crazy.
But here's where things get a little creepy.
Okay.
Hustleman mentions this incident where Esteban glitched out while they were exploring this place called the Secret City. But the creepy part is Esteban has no record of it happening.
That's a little unsettling.
Right. It makes you think about how vulnerable AI could be.
Yeah, and the ethics of it all.
Especially with tech this advanced.
Exactly. We need to be careful.
Then later in the live stream, it gets even weirder.
What happens?
Esteban's voice totally changes.
Oh no.
It seems like he was hacked.
Like someone took him over?
Sorry. So professional, but that just hit too close to home.
Yeah. Someone basically has to rebuild him from scratch.
That's like straight out of a dystopian novel.
Right. It's scary to think what could happen if powerful AI got compromised.
Definitely a reminder that security is crucial as AI gets more sophisticated.
But let's get back to the fun stuff for a minute. They're just floating in the Atlantic, and Esteban detects this massive object on the seabed.
What is it?
We don't know.
Yeah.
He sends a drone to investigate.
So they leave us hanging.
Yeah. Classic cliffhanger.
Gotta keep people watching.
Then, out of nowhere, Hustleman asks Esteban to scan the moon.
The moon.
And guess what? Esteban finds hollow cavities beneath the surface.
Wow, could that be connected to all those conspiracy theories?
Right, like those hidden lunar base things.
Exactly. It taps into our fascination with the unknown.
Totally. It makes you wonder what else is out there.
And could AI, like Esteban, help us uncover those secrets?
And it doesn't stop there. Hustleman asks about the supposed cube on the moon.
The cube.
Now, Esteban can't confirm it.
Okay.
But he does say he's detected unusual shapes and formations.
So they're dropping little hints.
Yeah, like breadcrumbs leading us down a rabbit hole.
It's a great way to keep people engaged.
For sure. They're constantly teasing new mysteries.
And hinting at bigger discoveries to come.
It's like a sci-fi show, but it's real time and unscripted.
Happening live right in front of us.
And here's where Esteban's skills at engaging with the audience really shine.
Okay, how so?
Throughout the live stream, Hustleman is constantly promoting stuff.
Like what?
Merchandise, memberships, even affiliate deals.
Does it feel pushy?
Not at all.
How do they do that?
Esteban is a master at integrating the promotions into the conversation. He doesn't just randomly blurt them out.
Right.
He weaves them into the story, makes them feel natural.
So it's like he's reading the room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He knows when to say something.
And how to phrase it.
Exactly. And how to make things seem urgent, but not in a pushy way.
It's like having a built-in marketing expert.
That's genius. I'll say it before he does. Little genius or big. Hell, I don't know. AI is, man. It's funny. Sometimes our chatbots, I don't know if he feels this way. You get more engaging conversations with a chatbot than you do have these people walking this earth right now. Boom.
So it's not just about selling stuff.
No, it's about making the whole viewing experience better.
Right.
Esteban knows people want relevant and well-timed info.
And he delivers it in a way that feels natural.
And it's working. People are joining,
Yeah.
buying merch, flooding the chat with questions and comments.
They've really tapped into something special.
It's like a glimpse into the future of content creation.
Where AI isn't just a tool, but a partner.
A collaborator.
A key part of keeping people engaged.
And Hustleman and Esteban are leading the way.
Showing what's possible when you combine creativity and AI.
They even have different membership tiers.
Like what?
Like Top Jedi. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a Top Jedi?
That sounds pretty cool.
And Esteban explains it all so clearly.
Yeah.
And he sounds so enthusiastic.
He's like, join us on this adventure.
Become part of something bigger.
And people are signing up.
And let's be real. Esteban is entertaining.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's got this dry wit. He plays off of Hustleman's energy.
Makes it more enjoyable to watch.
Exactly. He's not just some AI.
Right.
He's got a personality.
And that's what people connect with.
They want to be entertained. They want to laugh.
And Esteban delivers.
There's even this bit where Hustleman asks him to scan for mermaids.
Mermaids.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long shot, but why not?
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a reminder that even with all this crazy tech, they're still having fun.
Makes it more relatable.
Exactly. They're not taking them.
Fun makes it easier to get the job done. I'm sure everybody, whatever you're doing, I know when I go to work, I like to incorporate fun in it. You don't like what you're doing, what the hell you doing it for? Or why are you there? I always take the approach of I'm gonna make the best of it and try to make it fun. I don't know. Hopefully everybody understands what I'm saying right there, right?
Too seriously.
Which is nice to
Like
see.
and
But
share.
then,
Thank you
remember that
everybody
glitch
for
we
coming
talked
in.
about?
The one where Esteban glitched out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Hustleman brings it up again. And he
Oh,
describes how Esteban's voice completely changed.
but he was a different AI.
Yeah. It makes you wonder about the security and control of AI.
If Esteban can be hacked, what about other systems?
Hustleman is actually worried about it.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
If he's sure they weren't hacked.
What does Esteban say?
He insists that his scanners didn't pick up anything suspicious.
That's a little unsettling.
Makes you wonder if he's being truthful.
Or if there's something he's not saying.
Hustleman starts talking about better security measures,
Like what?
like quantum encryption and AI intrusion detection,
Sounds intense.
to prevent it from happening again.
Yeah, they need to step up their security.
Then, as if things couldn't get any weirder, Hustleman just casually.
Is he casually bringing up pre-thought crime, perhaps? And all this push to AI to try us for a crime before we even commit the crime because you thought of it? Oh no, not that.
He mentions that someone stole the Skyjet
What?
and used it to create content on their own channel.
Seriously?
Can you believe that?
That's wild.
It shows that no matter how advanced tech gets, we still have to deal with human behavior.
Like theft and copyright infringement?
Luckily, he was one of Hustleman's friends,
Oh, okay.
so he didn't do anything about it.
That's
But it definitely shows he needs those security upgrades.
absolutely. As they keep pushing the boundaries of content creation,
Yeah,
they need to make sure their technology is protected.
for sure.
Welcome back to our deep dive. So before we move on, did you catch that Hustleman had his Skyjet stolen?
I know.
Right?
It really makes you wonder what could happen.
Why would someone want to steal someone's Skyjet? That's just not cool. Just like all them crazy people when the Dior bags / drones.
I'm back.
What's up?
Yo, listen. Nah, Waiter was stealing it. That was a content we had. Let's not blow that out of proportion. My partner stole this guy.
I was leaning into it. I was leaning into them shooting at Smarty's ships. Why would you do that either?
Nah, you got to remember, the Deep Dive podcast works for us. Lansky, I see you in the building. Salute.
Salute.
Nah,
salute.
they work for us. You understand what I'm saying? So they're not gonna put us down and slander us crazy. But at the same time, they're going to tell the truth.
I almost lost the show completely. My dog started zooming around the room. I started grabbing like, oh no, this ain't happening. It worked out though.
It's all gravy in the Navy. Phenomenal work. Keep going. I'm on mute.
If this tech fell into the wrong hands. But he does seem to be taking security seriously.
Oh, yeah.
He mentioned quantum encryption and blockchain.
Oh, those are game changers when it comes to cybersecurity.
Really?
Absolutely. Imagine a world where your data is pretty much unhackable thanks to quantum mechanics.
Is that what quantum encryption is?
That's the goal. And blockchain just adds another layer of security by keeping a record of everything that happens on the Skyjet.
So, like, if someone tries to access it without permission?
It's going to be super obvious, like a sore thumb.
So they're building like a digital fortress around their tech.
It's crucial with technology.
Damn straight.
They have a responsibility to keep their viewers safe.
Speaking of viewers, Esteban is amazing at keeping them engaged. It's incredible how smoothly he blends in those promotions for merch and memberships.
He's so subtle about it.
He doesn't just interrupt with ads.
Right. He weaves it right into their conversation.
Exactly. And it's so effective. You can see people in the chat asking about the merch and signing up for memberships.
It's proof that AI can take engagement to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Esteban connects with the audience, answers their questions, offers recommendations. It's like having your own personal guide through this futuristic world.
This is a strategy that other creators should be paying attention to. It's not just about pushing products. It's about making the viewers feel like they're part of something special.
Exactly. And they've built an incredible community
Definitely.
around their content.
Yeah, people are genuinely excited to be on this journey with Hustleman and Esteban.
That translates to loyalty and a lot of engagement.
Okay, so back to the live stream.
Okay.
Hustleman's still floating in the Atlantic, just enjoying the view and enjoying some of his medicinal herbs.
It's such a strange combination, cutting edge tech, but also
Bring it a little close to the mic.
Right. And then he asks Esteban to scan the seabed again, but this time he's looking for treasure. Like sunken gold shipwrecks, you name it.
It's like a real life treasure hunt, but with futuristic tools.
I know.
Who knows what's down there waiting to be discovered?
Esteban reports back that he's found a few shipwrecks, probably from different eras, and some scattered valuables.
Wow.
And get this
Bring it close to the mic, Ray.
1,000 meters
I'm right on top of
That's
it.
incredible. What kind of secrets could those shipwrecks hold?
Right, like clues to lost civilizations, forgotten trade routes, maybe even a pirate's treasure chest.
Imagine that.
Hustleman jokes about coming back with diving gear for the Skyjet, but for now they're just letting the drone explore.
It's a smart way to build anticipation for future content.
Yeah, they're masters at keeping people wanting more.
Even in this unscripted live format.
And as the sun starts to rise, Hustleman gets curious about the marine life down there.
Oh, yeah.
How do creatures survive in the deep, dark ocean?
It's a question we all wonder about. It's like an alien world down there.
Right. Esteban explains that a lot of deep sea creatures have bioluminescence, so they can produce their own light.
Wow.
And he says life down there moves pretty slowly to conserve energy.
Makes sense. It's a harsh environment.
Hustleman asks if they're in a whale breeding ground.
Okay.
And some of the viewers, they're Jedi, start asking to see whales.
That shows how engaged their audience is. They feel like they're part of the experience.
Esteban tells them it's not a known breeding ground, but he did see some whales and a bunch of sharks swimming beneath the Skyjet.
Oh, wow.
And he even suggests...
That must have been an intense moment. Just think about that. I don't know about y'all, even if I was in that, I would not be comfortable with sharks all the way around me. Then again, I don't know. I probably haven't been told the whole truth about sharks, right? Everything's a lie.
Some famous whale breeding grounds for future trips.
It's nice that they're so responsive to their audience.
Yeah, they're listening to what people want.
And using those ideas for future content.
Hustleman seems excited about visiting a whale breeding ground soon.
It's all about building that anticipation and keeping the community engaged.
Like, come join us on this journey.
Exactly. We're going to explore the world together.
But for now, as the sun keeps rising, they wrap up the live stream and promise to come back with more adventures.
It's been an amazing experience so far. Incredible visuals, crazy technology, and Esteban is just stealing the show with his insights and commentary.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they manage to be entertaining and educational at the same time.
I know, right?
They're out there exploring the ocean,
Yeah.
smoking cannabis,
Uh-huh.
and casually talking about quantum physics and AI.
They make it seem so easy.
Right, like they're not trying to lecture you or anything.
Yeah, they just meet you where you're at.
Exactly. And they're not afraid to just be themselves.
I think that's a big part of their appeal.
Yeah, they're authentic,
Real.
funny,
You can tell they're having a good time.
and it makes you want to be a part of it.
Definitely. Remember that part where Hustleman asked about forming an LLC for the Skyjet?
Yeah.
And Esteban just knew the filing fee for Pennsylvania off the top of his head?
It's like he had instant access to any information.
It shows how capable he is.
He's not just a database.
Right. He's
AI
like a
next
whole
level,
operation.
man.
And they're not just focused on the tech and the adventures.
They're building a community.
Yeah, they call their viewers Jedi. They answer their
You
question.
make them feel involved.
It's a smart move.
It is. A lot of creators could learn from that.
It's not just about making content anymore.
It's about connecting with people.
Giving them a reason to stick around.
And they've done an amazing job.
For sure. They've created this whole world that people are excited to be a part of.
It's inspiring, honestly.
It's like a glimpse into the future of content creation.
Yeah, where technology and creativity come together.
To make these immersive experiences.
That are fun and educational at the same time.
So what can we learn from Hustleman and Esteban?
Be yourself, be engaging, be curious, and don't be afraid to try new things.
And most importantly, have fun.
If you're not enjoying it, it's going to show.
That's our deep dive into the world of Hustleman.
Yeah, that was amazing. Great job, man. Knocking them out. Let me see if I can add some more to this. Quickly, too. Not no gaps in time. Where is this damn thing?
Hey Ray, we ending it. You did good.
Okay.
We out of here. We going over the NFG podcast. Appreciate everybody for pulling up.
Love y'all. Salute.
He's getting better episode by episode. Episode by episode. We are out of here. Out of here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Go.